Hello, class. Welcome to the video. This is Chapter 5, managing information, customer information, and gaining customer insights. Um, Getting into the minds of our customers is everything. And we can make marketing decisions on our own opinions and our own observations of our own actions, but that might not be the best, right? Every time I've seen people make decisions because they think it's because of a personal opinion, it's usually wrong. Okay, so they're going to love it without knowing that they're going to love it is a bad move, right? So let's get into the chapter real quick. This is going to be a brief little overview video. I'm just going to introduce you to the chapter and touch on one basic topic, and then I'm going to rely on you to read the book, get into the discussion, and study the terms and do the work. Okay, so let's just get into the what you call learning objectives here. So, number one, explain the importance of information and gaining insights about the marketplace and customers. So, like I said in the brief little introduction, you cannot take for granted that you know everything. Okay, you have to gain insights. You have to get information. You have to get insights. Define the marketing information system and discuss how marketing information is developed. I'm not going to touch on that in this video. You're going to have to read about that. That's fascinating stuff, though. Outline the steps in the marketing research process and explain how companies analyze and use marketing information. Okay, so let's just talk about the three sources of marketing information. Now, one of those objectives was about research. Well, research is just one part of what we're doing here. We have three different sources of marketing information, and the first is internal records. The second is market intelligence, and the third would be marketing research. Now, internal records, that's guest information. That's stuff we get. This is gold, all right? Um, the more detailed the information that you get from your customers, the more information you're actually available or allowed. I won't say allowed. Um, the more information that you get from your customers, the better off you're going to be. All right. So guest information systems in a hotel, when people check in, you get all that information. You need to keep it so that we call that what? CRM, right? CRM is customer relations management. CRM modules within the PMS or the POS are going to be instrumental with getting us these the kind of information we want about our customers. All right, guest comment cards are huge, right? Um, the rewards clubs and stuff like that. That's all really good methods for getting information about our customers. Listening to them speak and write something down. The best CRM is not just automated stuff. It's when somebody gets done talking to a customer, has a 15, 20-minute conversation, and writes something down in the customer's notes. There's no reason why not to do that. I mean, other than time and stuff like that. But what I'm trying to get across is why would you spend that kind of time to get information from somebody, to probe the information, to stand there where they volunteer that information and not use it to your benefit? All right. Why would you? All right. So point of sales information, how they buy, how they spend their money. We can keep track of all that. Okay, so then we have the market intelligence, which is internal, external, and competitive. Uh, just information that we have of the market in general, that's internal, external stuff that's available online. A lot of government websites have a lot of really good marketing information in there. The amount of money spent on within a certain market, very, very important to establish your market share. Market share information is very important. All that stuff is good. And it's basically market intelligence. And then from the competitors, go to your competitor's website. If they're uh, speaking about something, if they're advertising something that speaks to how they do business, that's good information, right? And then market research. Market research is a big thing in and of itself. This is defining a problem and researching it, saying, okay, is this going to make sense for us to open this fourth location? Okay, you have to do research. And you got exploratory research, you've got descriptive casual research, you've got all kinds of different ways to do research. Secondary data, primary data, Um, Surveys, that's a big way. Experiments, implement a plan. I mean, it could be something as simple. I worked at a restaurant, and when we wanted to see whether or not a dish would make it to the new version of the menu, what do? You put it as a special, right? Put it as a special. See it's sold. Talk to the people. Have them fill out cards. Another thing that they used to do at the restaurant I worked at that I thought was brilliant is they would give away free samples of something that we were trying to experiment with. So they do a little amuse bouche of something. If you're trying to use some kind of decide whether or not you're going to introduce some kind of technology, guest service technology at your hotel, you might have one room that you try it out with and have the people that stay there tell you they feel about it. Things like that. The chapter has a lot of stuff like that. I'm just touching on it here, but I really just wanted to let you know that in this introduction that information is super, super important. Customer information. What makes the customer tick? Why do they spend their money? It's super, super important. If you're making decisions on anything other than that, chances are you're making the wrong decision. So get focused, understand that every decision matters, and the information that leads you to that information should be customer based. Okay, so we'll see you guys in the discussion. Let's have a great week.